This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
YouTube, what is up? I'm your homeboy Josh, and today we're going to take a look at the Drifter from Hobo Customs. Come on in here, let's take a look at it. Well, YouTube, today we're taking a look at the Drifter by Hobo. It's sort of an improvement over the Hobo V2. Comes in this sort of hemp drawstring bag, kind of cool packaging, I dig that. Inside you got some extra grub screws, you got an Allen key, extra O-rings, and your fully assembled RDA. Comes with a drip tip attached to it already. The drip tip is a nice, wide, unstepped bore. It's all Delrin. It's meant not to get hot at all. The deck is a standard quad terminal T-post with a really nice deep juice well. And the airflow, the way that the airflow is designed with the deck, it's meant to go up toward the coil at an angle, which is kind of cool. It's supposed to prevent leaking. And I can see how it could also improve the flavor, that airflow being directed at an upward angle underneath the coil. Kind of neat. Milled into the deck on the negative post, it's sort of a wire trap configuration here. Inside of those posts are completely open, allowing you to place your wire into those terminals and then tighten it down and clamp the wire on in there with the hex screws. In terms of the machining on the deck, everything here is gorgeous. I love the sort of rounded look that they gave that positive block, the rounded corners at the top of the negative post. There's no sharp corners here. Everything is buttery, silky smooth. It's all just very, very clean and really well made. That's what impresses me most about the Hobo Drifter. The top cap kind of blows me away in how well it's been machined. It's a single piece top cap. There's no burrs, there's no scratches. It's just gorgeous. The heat dissipation rings are machined beautifully right into the top cap. You run your finger around the inside of the top cap, around the air holes. There is not a single burr. There's not a single part where it's not buttery smooth and silky. It is a really well machined top cap. Beautiful work, guys. I have high expectations for the flavor on the Drifter. Slim, short, the way that the airflow is designed to angle upward at the coil. It's got a nice conical shape to the roof of that top cap. I expect great things from flavor out of this RDA. And I think for certain builds, basic wire builds, maybe even just micro fuse Claptons could work really, really well in here. So I'll see you guys on the top side. We'll do just that. We'll talk about it. Well, YouTube, that is the Hobo Drifter, sort of a reimagined Hobo V2. And I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised by it. I really didn't think I was gonna like it because I'm not big on just straight wire builds anymore. I like to get a little bit more exotic with my coils. And with this RDA, one look at it, and I knew that that really wasn't going to be the best way to build this thing. A, those post holes are not made for really big wire. B, the chamber is really, really small. It would be very, very hot. Pretty much unbearable with a build that had a lot of mass. Maybe Claptons in here might work. Maybe micro fuse Claptons would work, but I wouldn't push it any further than that. And really, a basic build is probably the best way to go here. But the flavor on just that basic build, it's phenomenal. Delicious flavor. I vape it at about 45 watts, it's a 0.3 ohm build. I'll push it up to 55. Yeah, that's about where I like it the best, the 50 to 60 range, something like that. That's where I really get the best flavor. And I like that it doesn't leak so much. It really doesn't leak because of the angle. I mean, even if you take the cap off and you sort of over drip on the thing, even if you did that, yeah, the juice kind of funnels down and just kind of gets caught at like the end of that little ramp. It just kind of stops at the end of the ramp and doesn't go any further when it's held right side up. If I was to tilt it one way or the other, it would probably seep on down. But if I kept it just right side up when I did that, it stops at the ramp. It's kind of crazy. It's flavorful, but I wonder, is it the flavor from the RDA, the flavor of the vape that I'm getting, or is it the flavor of the juice in my mouth? Because yeah, there's a lot of spit back with this RDA. a lot of spit back. It's a short stack RDA, so I mean that's kind of to be expected. So my advice is just use a juice that when you're vaping it, if you get some in your mouth, it doesn't taste terrible, because it's going to happen with this RDA. You're going to get juice in your mouth. And it really doesn't get hot. I will say that if my lips touch the top of the top cap, yeah, that's no fun. that will kind of singe my lips a little bit, but as long as I keep my lips squarely on the drip tip, I'm okay. Now, the one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of with this RDA, and other RDAs like it, is this trend of having the negative posts like in like a C-frame. I don't get that. I really don't. What's the benefit? Does it help me position my leads? I don't think so. I think it just makes it kind of harder, to be honest with you. To build this right, you basically need to put the wire in the center post first, tighten everything down, and then put the wire in the clamp on the side. I'm not a fan of it. The C-clamp kind of post, this wire trap kind of thing, that's like the new trend ever since the indestructible Atty came out. I wish that they were just regular round post holes, not like a C-frame with a wire trap. I don't like it personally. That's just not me. But everything else is very good. The flavor's excellent. The juice well is nice and deep. The machining, oh my God, the machining. The machining is just beautiful. You saw me up close. I'm not going to gush anymore about the machining, but shit. The machining on this thing is just ridiculously good. I don't feel anything when I do this. Nothing. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's a flavor chasing RDA is what it is for a standard builder. Someone that just likes straight wire builds and pretty much nothing else. And if that's the kind of vapor you are, where you just like straight wire builds and you're kind of a flavor chaser, you're like a small chamber, that's the one. It's good. Great vape. This was given to me by my brother-in-law for my birthday, basically. I'm actually not going to keep it. I'm going to let him return it. He got it for me a couple weeks ago through Hobo's site before they started even distributing it to the public. He got it on one of those lists. But at this point, it's available at VaporDNA for $74.99. So it's fairly accessible. It's a $75 piece, an authentic RDA for $75. It is serialized. I've got number 131 for the collector, for someone that's a big Hobo fan, for someone that really just likes to chase the flavor, for someone that really just likes straight wire builds. It's a good one. It's a good one to have in the collection, I suppose. It's not really my cup of tea personally, but for the right person, the right vapor, you'd probably dig it. So anyway, guys, that's the Hobo Drifter from Hobo Customs. Till next time, I'm your homeboy Josh. Vape on, Vapers.